Extending, branching, pruning. The three principled responses when a session evolves past the chain you planned. Picture a clean 3-tool chain that's working. First session is solid, the client moved, the output is real, there's clear forward momentum. Then in session 2, the client surfaces a second thread, not a tangent or a distraction, a thread that matters as much as the first one, maybe more. What do? Abandon the chain? Stuff both threads into the existing sequence and hope they fit? Neither of those is right. There's a set of skilled moves available, and knowing them is what keeps a chain coherent when the client's real work turns out to be more layered than the original plan. 3 moves, each with a clear when. Extend when new material deepens the same thread. The issue turns out to have more layers than the original chain anticipated, and another link in the same direction earns its place. The direction stays the same. The distance increases. Branch, when a distinct second thread emerges that has its own logic and needs its own space. You don't force it into the existing chain. You create a short parallel thread and let the two run alongside each other, informing each other. Prune, when a planned link the client no longer needs. They did the work themselves between sessions, or the situation shifted, and the link would now produce something the client already has. Extending is the most intuitive of the 3, but it comes with a requirement that's easy to skip. When you add a link, you have to verify it still follows, produces, consumes logic. Extension is continuation, not addition. The new link needs to consume the output of the existing last link, and it needs to produce something the client genuinely needs next in this engagement. An extension that skips that check isn't an extension. It's an appendage. It adds length without adding current. The chain looks longer, but it doesn't run any better. In fact, it runs worse, because you now have a link that doesn't load bear. Picture a career chain: discovery, values, direction. 3 links running cleanly. Then the client surfaces a significant relationship strain with their manager, and it's clearly driving the whole career situation. The career question can't be answered without addressing this. You don't force that material into the career chain. Career tools don't consume relationship data. They're not built for it. And trying to stretch them that way tangles both threads. Neither one runs cleanly anymore. Branch it. A short parallel thread for the relationship piece, maybe 2 links, and let the 2 threads inform each other as the engagement progresses. Branching acknowledges what's actually true. Real clients often have more than one thing happening at the same time, and those things interact. Pruning is the move coaches are least comfortable making because it can feel like falling behind or being lazy. Imagine arriving at link 3 of your chain, the goal tool, and discovering the client already set the goal clearly on their own between sessions. They did the work. The output that tool was supposed to produce already exists. It's sitting there waiting for the next link to consume it. Prune it. Move directly to link 4. Skipping a tool the client made unnecessary is not sloppiness. It's respect for the work they did and the pace at which they're integrating it. Running the tool anyway because it's on your plan is coaching the plan, not the client. Here's a pattern worth watching for in your own practice. Chains only grow. A new session surfaces something new, so a link gets added, then another. The coach never prunes because pruning feels like giving something up. And over time, the chain bloats. By session 6, you're managing the chain, tracking what's been done, what's coming, which thread is which, instead of coaching the person in front of you. Your attention is on the plan's architecture rather than the client's actual movement. That's the bug. Pruning is attentiveness. It's the ongoing discipline of keeping the chain in service of the client's actual pace, not the coach's original estimate. Extend, branch, or prune. What keeps the chain coherent through all three moves is consumes logic. Every surviving link must still consume what the link before it produces. Every added link must still produce something the link after it needs. That's the structural test. Flexibility and structure aren't opposites here. A well-built chain is flexible precisely because the structure is sound enough to adapt. You can change individual links without losing the developmental thread. These moves aren't just practical technique. They rest on something deeper, how people actually learn and grow. Let me show you the theory underneath because it makes all the design choices obvious.